sparring club is coming. November 14th, London. Mark your diary. See you there, you f***ing tart.
Boxing King Media. We're at the Eubank Junior Conor BENN press conference. Conor's trainer Tony Sims. Tony, we're literally 2 days away from the fight. Everyone's talked about this vibe from Team BENN, where it's everyone seems to be calm this time, not angry. You're always calm though, so I don't know if you've kind of rubbed off onto everyone.
Yeah. Oh, let's hope so. Anyway, but yeah, look, they boxed in April. It wasn't that long ago. They both know each other now pretty well, so. And they both know what's to come, so you know, Conor's had a really good camp. He stayed here this time in the UK for his camp. He's had a really good 8 weeks of training, and he's raring to go Saturday. He's made the adjustments that he needed to make from the last fight. We know it's going to be another tough fight, but I believe with the adjustments he's made that he's going to become victorious Saturday night.
I'm going to jump straight into the nitty gritty because I've spoke to a lot of people about opinions on this fight, and everyone's got the similar sort of narratives. A lot of people are saying there's every chance Chris is not going to be any better than he was in the first fight. If anything, he may deteriorate. And then Conor, a lot of people are saying he can't get any better because he would have been his best in the last fight. So obviously, as Conor's trainer, can you see a scene where he becomes better?
I just don't think he can box any worse than he boxed, in my opinion. I think it's probably the worst he's ever boxed, and he was just swinging for the rafters really and trying to knock Chris out. He said to me afterwards he felt like it was like a millimetre away from him knocking Chris out. So I think he just loaded up with everything and tried to go for the knockout. I think this time it'll be totally different. I think mentally he's more switched on, and I think we'll see Conor perform to a higher calibre of skill set on Saturday night.
And the outcome, do you envisage a plan where Conor tries to box him, or do you think it's the same fight?
I think they'll probably both start off a bit cautious in the fight. It will end up a tough fight eventually because it's just like who they are, and obviously there's a lot of pride on the line with their names, and neither one of them want to get beat. So it will be, you know, sooner or later it will become a tough fight, and he's trained for that and he's expecting that, and I think it'll be another great fight. But I believe Conor, if he sticks to the game plan that we've done and the adjustments that we've made, I believe that he'll beat Chris.
What I'm going to do, if you're all right with it, we're just going to step outside a second because we can't film in this spot. So right, Tony, we're just picking back up. The press conference has just started for the undercard. So yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to ask, because I spoke to Dom Ingle. I always like to get a good breakdown from him, and I think he basically reckons that Chris, if anything, may deteriorate from the first fight, and he feels Conor would have been at his best in the previous fight, and it's going to be very difficult for him to improve his skills from that moment, because that is everything. So obviously, how do you kind of counteract that as his trainer?
Yeah, Dom ain't got a clue what Conor's skill set's all about. I don't think he's ever seen him trained or spar. So, you know, he's been with me 10 years, so I've watched every day of him, and he's got a very high IQ and a very good skill set. And I think as long as he produces what he's been doing in training and sparring, I think that on the night he should be too good for Chris on the night.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Obviously, I think last time he said he was a bit nervous when he walked to the venue, but I'm guessing this will be like cakewalk, won't it? Having that experience once before.
Yeah, like it was his first fight in a massive stadium like that, topping the bill. He hadn't boxed for 15 months. First fight up at middleweight, didn't really know what to expect. But he knows all that now, he's done all that, and he's got the ring rust off him from the last fight. So he's in good shape, and mentally and physically he's prepared. And as I say, he's got a high IQ when he's in the ring, and I believe that he'll produce a great performance Saturday night.
Looking forward to him. Any of the fights in the undercard that you're excited about or looking forward to?
I think the undercard's good. Obviously, you've got Jack Catterall and Echo Osman's going to be a good fight, and Sam Gilly and Ishmael Davis is going to be a great fight. You know, I know both them boys, and they're both really tough boys, and that's going to be a fantastic fight for the British title.
Definitely, I'm looking forward to it as well. I want to ask you about, you'll have seen the news about Anthony Joshua potentially fighting Jake Paul. I want to ask you about the training side of things. I can't remember how many fights you worked with him or how long you worked with him for, because a lot of people have forgot that you did work with him at the start. If he has changed trainers this time, this will be his 8th trainer. Ultimately, obviously, he's a man of his own decisions. He's got his, he can do what he wants basically because he's paying the bills. Where do you kind of see it as a trainer who, obviously, somebody from personal experience who has worked with him?
Yeah, listen, if you know Anthony Joshua and you know what he's like mentally, he likes to always try new things, and he's always looking for new methods and new ways to get better in the sport of boxing. And he's highly intelligent, and he's probably searching for that next step in his career. He probably knows that he's not got many years left in the sport, and obviously we've all seen Usyk's conditioning, he's obviously his skill set, and we've seen clips of the training that he does, his different sort of training the Ukrainians do, and knowing Anthony personally, you might just want to try that and see if that fits in for him.
Looking forward to it. And obviously Jake Paul is the man that he may face next. I think everyone I've spoken to so far, they're saying it's a brutal mismatch. Do you give Jake Paul any chance at all in that fight?
Not whatsoever. I think if Jake Paul goes past the first round, then there's something drastically wrong. And that's not putting Jake Paul down. Like, he is what he is, and he's not a top level fighter, and Anthony Joshua is a top level fighter. And Anthony Joshua can proper punch as well, and I don't see it lasting more than a round really.
I spoke to Joe Gallagher earlier, obviously somebody from your ilk of training, from your era. He said it'd be I'm trying to think how he worded it, I don't want to get him wrong, but basically he said it'd be irresponsible of a boxing board, because I'm guessing it'll be Florida, to sanction that fight, because it's, you've got an Olympian gold medalist with so much pro experience, heavyweight, naturally bigger man fighting a smaller man who's never mixed at anywhere close to that level. What do you think of that statement?
Is it in Florida, the fight then?
Miami coming to Florida, it does, done it, yeah.
I don't know, I didn't see where it was, yeah. I mean, listen, it's all about the money, isn't it, at the end of the day? It's like, it's a big show. Joshua is on a different level to Jake Paul completely. And, but if one state don't recognise it in America, another state will. And, I don't see it not going ahead. And, as I say, I don't see it going past the round, really.
Get your money on it, one round job. Last thing I want to speak to you about, Tony, there's not been any official announcement, but we have seen footage, so I can ask you about it now. Seen footage of Daniel Dubois in your gym, having a bit of a face-off with CONOR BENN. Obviously, it was rumoured that he was training with you, but now that I've got the footage, you can't deny it, so I've got to ask you about it. So why has there not been an official announcement about it, and how are things going with Daniel?
Because we've just been working together and seeing if we gel really, and that's why there was no announcement. Obviously, you take an experienced fighter or former world champion such as Daniel Dubois, and you got to see whether you gel. And as you say, he's been down my gym for a bit, and we seem to have gelled, and he's just waiting for a date really to fight now.
I think Frank Sanchez, isn't it? Who is? I think that's been ordered. I think he has.
I'm hearing there's purse bids for that fight, but nothing's been mentioned at the moment about opponents.
Last one, I've got to speak to you about your daughter Demi. I think that interview I did with both of you, I think 500,000 people watched it. Would you believe it? On TikTok, that obviously Demi's fans, because TikTok crosses over audiences. When's she getting back in the gym, or in the ring, should I say?
I don't know really. I spoke to her the other day. She's been travelling in Australia, so for the last few weeks. I haven't caught up with her yet. She's actually flying back today, and I don't really know what she's going to do, to be honest. She kind of said to me she's boxed and she's done it and she's done, you know, she's finished doing that. She's been busy filming Made in Chelsea, which she had to have time off to do the training for the fight. So I don't really know. It's up to her what she wants to do. But I was proud of her to actually walk up to the steps into the ring, and like any boxer, you got to have plenty of courage to do that in front of a lot of people. Like you say, a lot of people watched it around the world, and you know, I was proud of what she'd done, but she's got other careers in front of her to concentrate on, so it'd be completely up to her what she does.
She was definitely good to watch. Last question for you. Give me an analogy of Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua, because obviously your daughter's technically an influencer fighter. Which female fighter would she step into the ring that you could compare it as that type of fight?
That's a good question. Maybe Kim could. Oh, what, a fighter? You mean?
Yeah, like is it like your daughter fighting Clarissa Shields?
You mean another movie? Yeah, that's a good question actually. Yeah, like it's the equivalent of Demi boxing. As you say, Clarissa Shields are one of the top female fighters, and that's really what it's the equivalent of.
Yeah, madness. Well, let's see what happens. It'll be interesting. You never know. You might hit the lottery ticket, Jake Paul, who knows. But yeah, Tony, any last words?
No, that's it. Ready to go Saturday night.
Can't wait to tell Don that Tony Sims says Dominic Ingle doesn't know what he's talking about.
I didn't say that. I just said he don't know nothing about Conor BENN, other than what he's seen on the TV. He's never watched him train. He don't know nothing about him, so it's hard to comment what someone's skill set is. And but nah, I'm not saying nothing about them.
Yeah, these old school trainers beefing with each other. Tony Sims, thank you very much.
Sparring Club is coming. November 14th, London. Mark your diary. See you there, you f***ing tart.